I would say now this area is functional. It's not pretty, it's not got any decorations or random bits of furniture you would expect, but it is functional. We have residencies for 40 people, and we already have 26. We have hydroponics, we have things to make them happy, and I think it's time now to head back down research and maintenance and finish this area off. And I'm going to start by adding some lights.
Oh, and I'm the type of guy who will never settle down. Where pretty girls are, well, you know that I'm around.
And we're back. And I've started work on the research department, and I'm planning to move on to maintenance. So far what I've done is I've added some lights and some furniture to this little storage space, and I've added lights and furniture to the science rooms to make them look more sciencey and not aligned. Somebody's nudged this table. That's what it is. I placed it perfectly. One of the settlers must have nudged it. Yes, they did. So just to make it look a little more, you know, academic, and we've got the study room here, so if people are making explosions and terrible noxious fumes next door, people can come here and do some work. It does need more furniture, but you get a science vibe from it, right? That's what I'm going for. Now what I need to do is go for a maintenance vibe down here. I do want some lights. I don't think this area needs to be quite as well lit as the atrium. It is for maintenance after all. There will be a few people going down here to work in engineering, I guess. Let's put it at the top of the stairs. Will that be enough? Let's try and get it vaguely central. It would be if we actually had power. Of course, we're pretty far off the beaten path here. Now I am going to have conduits just showing... Oh, actually, apparently I can have it on the outside. I could put it on the outside. Could I put it on the outside that side? I can! Nah. I think that's a turret. That's a turret. We're passing a turret. I really do wish I could have quiet turrets. Because I don't think I actually do want a turret, do I? Making noise like that. No, I don't. Let's just... It's there. There you go. And that's where I've put the vault powers again. So I put this here just in case anything got up this far or some burrowing creature burrowed out. But honestly, I think I'm going to remove it because it does rather ruin the whole we're in an enclosed vault feeling. You get this feeling of, wait, I can hear something beyond this wall. Is there a cavern here? That's better, isn't it? And I do have a conduit on the outside. Question now is, do I want dark patches on these corridors? I sort of feel it's okay on engineering, so I can have less lights. I feel like that's acceptable. As long as we have well-lit... Oh, you know what? That was something I thought about. We should have... Where's the light? Is there? Let's go out of this one. Right. We should have a stair that's not quite as... See, that's the thing. You're supposed to have landings between stair pieces so that if people do stumble and fall, they don't break their necks. That's the whole... That's probably why they're called landings, I guess. But that might be a teeny bit difficult here. I'm not totally sure. It should be okay, I guess. But then I'm going to have to redo the supports because the supports are not actually correct now. Let's... Can I... Oh, that's not so bad, is it? That is not so bad. And then I can, of course, do a double support down here. That does mean we've got a stairway that ends right at a door, which I never really like. But honestly, that's probably better to follow safety protocols. Yes? Oh, no. I want supports first. Can I get the double supports straight it from here? Or no, you're going to want me to... It's going to want me to do this from the outside again. Kind of annoying if you ask me. Although, let's face it, annoying snapping is not exactly new, is it? Oh, it was there. Right, okay. That will work. That will work. There you go. So we now have silence and safety. We have silence and safety. Let's also have... I mean, I could have an access tunnel... Oh. Oh, I did not notice that. I did not notice. That's in the office area. That is in the office area, so it's not the end of the world, but please... Oh, God, you know what? I want it. No, go. Can it snap in there? Can it... Will I be able to get back up here? If I go down there, I suppose I could just make a bunch of... make a bunch of stairs. Can we get... Yes! Was there another one there? I don't think I don't think it needs it. The other one's... Right, no, it isn't. That we don't go round, so we don't need a support next to it. Right, excellent. We've got support. Now I need... yes, probably the easiest. Okay, this is actually turning out to be slightly harder than I first thought. Right, let's just hop there. Okay, done it. Floating stairs to get back up, I think. Right, okay, so... Oh. I probably should have just jumped in there, shouldn't I? Yes, that would have been sensible. Definitely. Yes, indeed. Right. Leave me alone. Oh, I've been at this forever. Come on. Right, okay, so that's a bit more, bit safer, isn't it? I think we're going to need more lights, though. Yes, I do. We should have lights on landings. I mean, it's just basic common sense and safety at this point, isn't it? Let's... I'm probably not actually going to have power here, though. No, no power here. And say one here. Oh, why didn't you? What is it? Thank you. Right. If I put a power conduit here, is that enough? Really? Why is that not enough there? That's a... Are we not connected? How about if I place it... Okay, so placing it there works. How about I place it there? Placing it there works. But placing it there doesn't... Are you kidding me? How about there? Okay, there works, there does not. Is it not? Is it not placed correctly? Is it or something? Are we not? Okay, it's not going to snap into place now. Why? Oh, I've got atriums. No. Okay, well, how about I move the power conduit now? No, also not. Is it because of this? I mean, it doesn't matter because I don't really need the power conduit to be powered here. These things work over a bubble. It's just more annoying me than anything else. And it's not far enough up to cover that area. I mean, of course I can always get totally... Yeah. That works. However, slightly annoying. All right, yeah. I think I'll just try to forget the fact that it means that something along here is not actually connected correctly, and I don't know. I don't exactly know why, because it seems to be snapping into place. But in this particular case, this is going to be the administration area. So we're going to have some desks up here, some filing. I'm actually intending to have a stairway here as well, like so. And that means I need a better rail. Can I get a better railing? There is the big question. Will it let me do it? It doesn't actually. Look, no. So that's the only one. Why? I mean, okay. I'm just using floor pieces in a way I'm not supposed to. That's why. Could I, if I removed this and then changed this to the atrium corner floor? Can I, no, it'd have to be that way. Can I do that? Will it allow me to do that? No. It doesn't classify that as a corner, you see. That's why. Okay. I tell you what, it's a hard hat environment. If there's a tiny gap in the stairs, don't fall down it. Okay? That's the thing. Just don't fall down it. Obviously, I have once again done something they don't want me to do. Which is really a little disappointing, to be honest. So what I was thinking was this would be the area for weapons benches, power armor benches, couple of power armor things. We'd have administration up here. I honestly do not like that. That's really aggravating me. Are you honestly telling me that we don't get to have areas like... I'm pretty sure we get to have areas like that. Probably what I need to do is have it extend one further out, right? That's probably what I need to do. I could, of course, just completely remove this door and do away with the office area up top and have a large open area here and just have done with it. But I liked this idea. I liked this idea. And then what I was going to do is have this as the main messing around area. In there, I was going to put one giant reactor, the big one. Not that I need the power, but I haven't got a giant reactor. And because I haven't got a giant reactor, I must build one. It's a rule or something somewhere. How many? It requires 2... Okay, then it would have to actually be something like that. That's going to take up the entire room. That takes up the entire room, doesn't it? This then becomes the reactor room. And nothing else. There's not really an engineering room at that point. It's a bloody reactor. I could see if I can build the reactor room a little further out. But I was hoping to have a passage going down the side here. Right. If I don't have this stairway here, I could have this reactor over, like, you know... Well, I suppose I could have it there and... No, it's still... It needs a huge bloody room, doesn't it? It actually needs a 4x4 room. Shall I build it? Let's see. What's... I'm going to have one of these, so I might as well build it. But that's just pretty much it. That's your reactor room. There's nothing else left. I don't even have room for the robot benches. That's bloody enormous. Nope, I think what I'm going to try and do is build a 4x4 atrium room here. I think I'm also going to fail. This needs to be in an atrium. 500 power though. Look at that. I gotta have one. I have got to have one. I really do. Power 686. Which other ones? Because you start with that one. That's the one I've got in the main building. So what I was thinking was maybe, just maybe, I would have that reactor, have a sort of a self-contained reactor for the water pump. But I didn't want that. I mean, 500 power for the water. Not really needed. So, oh wait. It hums. Oh, that's nice. Right, okay. Yeah, so... maybe I should put some lights in here and build some things and see how it looks before I start planning what I'm going to do with this place. And then see what else I can build. For the passage down here, it was going to be... there. It's going to be on that piece. I was going to have another stairway down and maybe a door here. And then... okay. Engineering is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Yes, it is. Ah, well. Yeah, this is really a lot smaller. Everything is a lot smaller than I imagined it. It really is. I can't even have this here because, as you can see, it clips quite horribly, which means if I want stairs here, and I want stairs here, I really do, then I need to actually place them one across. Oh, that's a two-way. Okay, so I'm going to have to redo that. Let's just remove that. This is also not tall enough for this reactor. This reactor does require a two-story room. So honestly, I don't think I'm going to get a contraptions room and this reactor. And I have to say, if I had to choose between contraptions and a super reactor, it's the super reactor. I don't know whether I'll place it at this end and then maybe the robot bench here or the other way round, but I want a super reactor. Yes, I do. Sorry about that, but that's just how it is. And I'm going to have to finish the room here. Again, if I want a passage to go into this area, which I kind of do. I did toy with the idea of just having a door to the reactor room, but honestly, I don't like that idea. I don't like the idea of having to travel through the reactor to get to these caves. What I think I'm going to say is, for anything like the contraptions, if we want to play around, we'll just have to play around in the caves themselves. There are plenty of caves from this point onwards and towards the water plant, and you could use them for messing around, I guess, because they don't actually look very well set up for vault pieces. I mean, look at this. If you could get a single corridor down here, maybe two if you got really lucky. Really, really lucky, you might get a corridor. And I mean, I might do that. I might try and get a corridor down here just so that it's close to this passage and there is a, you know, a vault solution all the way as far as possible. I don't know for sure if I'm going to do that. I'll think about it. And again, here, let's face it. Oh no, we could turn here, I guess. I mean, obviously, right, see, this would make a perfect area for the vault contraption, would it not? If I decide to have one. Again, really, I'm not totally sure what the contraptions are going to be used for, except having a laugh. But at least this area is taller. So we could use that for something, and this just leads to another exit. Right. So, you know, honestly, I think what I'm going to... Oh, this comes through to the area I was thinking would be a residential area, right? Yeah. I mean, I could have connecting tunnels all the way around if it let me. I suspect it won't let me. I'll get to here and the corridor will be like halfway through here or halfway through here. And I won't be able to have it in between because of where the placements are. I'd have to somehow have it not snapping into place, which is probably horrible and overall probably not that useful. I mean, the only time I think these corridors are going to be used by me if I want to come and visit the vault and I come in a different entrance. And unless there's an actual train cart in them that can actually zip me forward super fast, which would be really nice, by the way, there's probably no use having the vault pieces. And what I should actually do is, at this point, just have some kind of gateway, lots of turrets, blah blah blah. But, again, I don't want to go straight from this exit into the reactor room. I want to go into... Which is a bit of an unfortunate case, because this means I really have to make this quite... I say small. It's not a small room, but it's not as large as I was hoping. I really did want it to be a lot larger than this. So anyway, this room is basically going to have the reactor and the robot, the automatron bench, plus a few other benches in the upstairs area, and that will have to be it, I think. I do want a door, though. I want a door so we can go straight out if we want. I just don't want it to be something you're forced to do. I can fit general crafting stuff in here, I think. Plus some stuff up there. I could probably make a little more room by using the space up there for maybe the chemistry and the scavenging. Maybe one or two of the workbenches. And then I could take the robot workstation and place it up here. However, the reason I wanted the robot workstation downstairs, well, actually, was because I kind of wanted it on the ground floor, because I assumed it would be extremely heavy and it would create things like sentry bots. But a sentry bot couldn't get out of here anyway. I'd have to sort of use it. Honestly, those things are not that useful inside the vault. It almost looks like that needs to be slightly outside the vault, or at least outside vault pieces, because I'm going to need an opening big enough for a sentry bot to come out of. Here's the thing. We've got... I mean, I could leave that there, I suppose. It's not very well placed. It kind of gets a bit too close to the door. I almost want to get rid of the door now. And just say to the door. Here's the thing. I want some of the space, at least, for the manufacturing things. Not the contraptions where with all the rolling and the fun things, but there are actual... I can't remember where it is. It's under electronics, isn't it? Manufacturing. We've got... Oh, conveyor belts. I have no idea what any of this does, but we've got Builder. What is that? I mean, what is that? Builds a variety of basic objects from its inventory when powered. Use connected terminal to see what to build. Armor. Weapon. There's an ammo one as well. The thing is... I don't need it. I do not need it. I could build a reactor somewhere else, I guess. I just want it. It's not... I don't have to need something to want it. Would placing this up here be any better? I mean, when it comes down to it... If I maneuvered everything around a little better, I could probably have a slightly better setup. I mean, there's no reason why... I mean, I'm not going to use the armor bench and the weapons bench. I've put those here for general use, even though... Well, I've put them here just because, really. When it comes down to it, let's face it, I'm always going to use the one in the loadout room, as I'm calling it. But I don't want everyone else using the loadout room, so I'm making crafting stations down... yeah, down here. I know it's not placed well. Shush, don't give me grief. Do not give me grief. And I may even have things like the power armor holders in the security room upstairs, because that may be where they park their armor. That's pretty much what you do anyway. What have I got here? I've got 2 weapons benches. I decided to make 2 weapons benches just because I wanted it to look industrial down here. That's what I was going for. I was going for industrial. So if I have the robot thing kind of... I like the idea of it being in a corner. Like so. It's not really even, is it? I want it more like that. So if we have this and we maybe have another desk, an administrative desk, and then we had the robot stuff, the other... I mean, this would actually work, would it not? Not necessarily brilliantly, but well enough. And now I can create light robots here. Robots that can handle going up and down stairs, because when it comes down to it, anything bigger than that, like a sentry bot, I'm going to need something that... Well, I'm going to need to build another robot workbench outside. I don't have a huge amount of choice when it comes to that. I wish I could get that closer to the wall. It's a little cramped here, isn't it? It's just a tiny, tiny bit cramped. I am wondering whether just to get rid of that stair. Here's the thing. If I get rid of the stairs, this room is bigger. You can't get to it from there, then that does become purely an observation centre, but I actually get much better use of space, I think. And then if I just place all these down there and stick to the original plan, which was to have this as a sort of an observational thing. Really, that's what I was intending. Let's just go back to that plan and forget the stairs. They have to come all the way round. Boo-hoo, they'll get some exercise, right? It's going to put them through their paces. And then use the bottom floor for pure contraptions. Now, are they called contraptions? Or, I don't know. I always thought of the contraptions as being the things with... You see all those tracks with balls and all sorts of things. They look more like gimmicks. Like you're playing Mousetrap to me. That's what it looks like. What do I need here? That piece will do. So you can look down on the work going on. Maybe we have a foreman. And you get to him that way. To get into this room, you go in here. And yeah, there's probably much better use of space, actually, isn't it? Let's have a look. Place that more like so. Armor bench. Voila. And then the robot workstation here. I mean, this now has room to maneuver, and you can do pretty much everything you would ever need to do from an engineering point of view, not a manufacturing point of view. This would be the maintenance floor. Yeah, I mean, I could have the stairs. I could put the stairs back and have the armor bench. Well, I could get rid of one of the weapons benches. I did like the stairs. It's kind of daft. It is kind of daft. But I like stairs. I like access. It sort of makes sense as well when you look at it. And... let's put that back in. You're not going to let me now. Why aren't you going to let me? Is it that? Could be. Or is it that? It's very picky about what it... It can't be that. I mean, it just cannot be that, right? That would be a little insane. So what... Oh, God. What can it be? Something is stopping me. That is a hanging floor, normal hanging floor piece. Is it that? Okay, maybe it's the ceiling then. No, it can't be the ceiling. Because I've placed it a few times now. This is very odd. It was the armor bench underneath there. Believe it or not, it was the armor bench. My God, that is a little a little annoying. Let's place the pieces we need back in and see if it actually fits inside at that point. Come on, fit. I hate this. I hate having to snap like this, or like I can't even look at the piece I'm trying to get in place. And wait. Why is there an atrium ceiling piece there? There should not be an atrium ceiling piece there. That's what should be there. Okay, can I get the stairs in now? Yes! Okay, so let's just repair all this damage. So this will be the maintenance room. We can fix armor, weapons. There's a bit of scavenging going on. There is a chemistry bench just in case we need to create things like oil, power armor, and of course the robot repair station or robot creation station. Depending on what you're using it for, I guess. I'm going to get that as close to there as possible. It's a little cramped. I'm not 100% sure I'm liking it. It is a little cramped. I was going to have, as I said, kind of administration looking things up here, including this sort of thing. You know, you want a few machines that go beep and zzz and etc., don't you? You really do. We want things with dials. Lots of dials. Yes, indeed. And then almost certainly some kind of table. Maybe a... No, I kind of like the idea of a desk, but I have to tell you the desks are all a little small. I mean, you've got tables like that, but I really wanted a desk, but they're like school desks. I want something that's more like boss's desk. Just don't really have one, do we? No, we don't. So what we'll do is we'll just have one of those great big metal desks here, and we'll put a chair in front of it. I'm overtired from the lack of... I really should go and get some sleep. I'm absolutely, completely exhausted. I'm also probably hungry. And should we just have a normal chair? I sort of feel like you should have a nice comfy chair. I think I went past it. Something like this. Okay, so we're going to have the foreman up here doing his thing, just checking everyone's working. Maybe put a coffee machine upstairs. You know, the sort of thing. I can add a few items of furniture just to make the place look a little more interesting. Although, God knows if I want to do it now. In fact, no, I don't want to do it now. Right, so this is going to be... I do, however, want to make that a little... Looks a bit like it's going to fall off, doesn't it? This is going to be my maintenance room. This will be where the foreman sits, or the engineer, and then he'll go downstairs and do his little bit of work. And this is going to be the manufacturing room then. As to where I will put a giant reactor, I do not know. I may not even put one. I've got one in storage. I can build it anytime I like. I wanted one. I gotta be honest, I wanted one, but I sort of feel like I need the room. I mean, I've got power 188. Now, some of that is in small generators that are at the exits. I'm going to replace those generators anyway. So I've got tons of power. I'm even thinking of putting a normal fusion core generator in the water purification room just so it's got its own independent power source. I don't need that. I mean, that thing was gigantic. It was amazing, but it was also gigantic. I think what I should do is get a night's sleep, get some food, and then come back and put some lights in this place. Finish off this. Yeah, we definitely want to move this for now. And, oh God, I was going to go get some sleep, wasn't I? I was going to go get some sleep. I need to get the sleep. Yes, I do. He says, still not going, am I? No, I'm not. And then... this is how that's going to be. We'll have a T-junction here. Let's just get the support in before I forget. And the whole thing collapses and we lose half our settlers. And I know that won't happen, but shush. It will in my mind. It snapped in a couple of... Did it snap in a couple of times, or am I just imagining? No, not that way. This way. This way. No. Not... This thing hates me. No, not there either. Right underneath there. Oh. Yes, there. Why can't I get... Why is that piece... This is just really aggravating. I thought maybe it had a piece that was this size, but it doesn't. It just, for some reason, didn't want to snap into place with the red piece already in. Okay, fair enough. Usually they do. I say usually. It's not like I've placed 3,000 of these stairways. However... Oh god, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm dying. I am quite close to physical exhaustion. The point of death sort of exhaustion, I think. I'm pretty bad, actually. And I can't stop. I'll stop there. I'll stop there. I will stop right there. Yes, I will. And I will check. And, oh god, red. Right. I will go and try not to die before I make it back to the atrium. And then I'll come back and sort some lights out here. So I've got lights in this place, as well as contact points. And the same for this room. The areas under the stairs are a little dark, but I can live with that. This is a machinery room after all. I'm having, again, third and fourth thoughts about this stair. Not because of the amount of room it takes up, but because of this railing. I can't get the railing looking right. It's kind of causing me way too much hassle. I am going to give some serious thought to just removing that and placing a railing across, and then have it so that you actually have to go out to get up there. It's just slightly annoying. So, I've got the corridor here. This is going to go to the water treatment plant. And this is going to go to, at the moment, what I think is the outside world, or, you know, the rest of the vault. I'm possibly going to block off this and then have a doorway here, or maybe the other way around, actually. Maybe have this as the doorway into the vault, and just wall this off as well. I'll have to give some thought to that. I can, of course, make a... Well, I'm going to make some sort of security room here that will have turrets and the usual collection of horrific death for anything that comes my way. I kind of want to play around with... Why is that? Is that floor piece? Look, right. It is a different floor piece. It just doesn't match. But it is a different floor piece. But it's not quite... You see, it's a corner piece, so it has the built-in corner, but that's not... I mean, if I remove this... There's a tiny bit of dirt clipping through there. But I have to tell you... Is that now fitting better? No, I think it fits just fine. It's just, if you look at it, it actually has an extra bit of copper, doesn't it? You look at it, it's got a little extra lip on the copper strip. That's what it is. And it does have a slightly thicker white line, maybe? It does, doesn't it? It's... Oh, no, you know what it is? You know what it is? These centerpieces and this piece have a white line around the entire edge. These pieces here, these are pre-made corner pieces. They don't have the same thickness white line, so it doesn't match. with the edge pieces. Gotta be honest, that seems a bit of an, shall we call it an oversight? Yes, it does. It just seems inconsistent that the pieces that have walls attached to them are not quite... Mind you, that one is. That one's got the double... It's just corner pieces. It's just the corner pieces. The corner pieces seem to only have... Well, they don't seem to have that white edge. And that's what's causing the thing. Plus, of course, the extra copper there. There is a tiny shimmer there. I don't think there's a lot I can do about that. No, I do not. So, what I need to do now is use this little experimental space that I said I was going to use to try out... Well, see, this is what I was thinking contraptions were. Like ball tracks, and then there were all sorts of things that activate when a ball passes through them. I thought that was for sort of almost like a game of mousetrap. What I am going to experiment with is not the crafting, but... it's electronics. Electronics, of course. Right. So, I'm going to need manufacturing. We've got machinery, builder. This is basic objects. Energy weapons, heavy... Let's just start with... Oh, processed food, though. I'm liking the idea of food, but let's start with ammunition. I need... Right. A builder is used to create new objects out of the objects in its inventory. You can place objects into it directly or attach a conveyor belt to feed items into it automatically. The builder will continue to create new objects as long as it has power and the required objects or components in its inventory. To change what the builder creates, use a terminal connected to the same power grid. Alright, so... One way is in and one way is out, right? So I'm going to need... What's this? Miscellaneous? That is a hopper. That's for throwing stuff in, right? Yeah. Sorter? Components? Sorts incoming objects by components they contain based upon its current inventory. Okay. Stores objects delivered by the conveyor belt. Okay, so this is... Right. Right, this is the out. So this is where the storage would be. So let's put that there for now. And what else was there? There was a vacuum hopper. Pulls items out of adjacent container when powered. Oh, so what? You put a container in it and it just sucks them out. So I place a container there. Okay, component sorter, hopper. Drops collected inventory out the bottom when powered. Alright, probably going to need that, aren't I? And this is a conveyor belt that does what? Just takes the stuff to wherever I want it taking, I guess. If I really want massive amounts of stuff. Conveyor belt lift. I mean, honestly, I can't. Laser tripwire. What the hell do I want that for? I tell you what, let's go with vacuum hopper. And then I need a container here. Is that what we're saying? Requires 6 power. Yeah. Let's wire that up. Oh god. Come on, can you... Why won't it let me... Why is it not... It doesn't seem to want to... Okay. Pressing space. Can you connect... Can I not? It's showing it as white, but it doesn't want to do it. It has to have its own... connection point? Really? That's... Why is that? Oh, that does not require... Oh, it doesn't actually require a wire to power it. Okay, and I need a terminal here to control it. And I need a container at this end. Correct or not correct? Containers. What sort of container would seem to be best for this? A tall one would have seemed to have been... I would have thought there was a proper container for this. I mean, I can't... Vacuum hopper. Oh, I can actually just stick stuff in it, can I? Well, we can try that first of all, but let's first of all find out what the hell I can make. Spotlight control, hopper control, the hopper. What's this do? Set output timer, set output force. Oh, I can tell it every few seconds to do something. Okay, every second, send something. Set output force. No, just don't be throwing things too strongly. Thank you very much. Ammunition plant control. 10mm round. 45 rounds. Can't make 77. Oh, really? Can't make things for my AK. Going to get something for that. Alright, let's just stick with 10mm from now. For now. Requires lead and fertilizer. Okay. So now what I need to do... Oh, okay. So now what I need to do is add lead or fertilizer to this thing. Okay, going to need to take some lead and fertilizer from the... It would almost be nice if it could sort this itself, but apparently it can't. Right, so what have we got? Lead and fertilizer. Well, I've got lead. 2 lead, 1 fertilizer. I'm pretty sure I don't have lead. It's fertilizer. I can't find fertilizer in the... Some of it. I've got some spare crafting things that I've built, haven't I? I built a spare one of those. Right, let's... Fertilizer. What would contain... Or is fertilizer an actual thing? It's not a junk type. It's... Oh, I wish I could sort this by... alphabetic now. It's kind of alphabetic at certain times. I don't think so. I think fertilizer's an actual bag, isn't it? Well, I was going to see if the trader's got bags of fertilizer, but I doubt it somehow. Bag of fertilizer is in... Right, so fertilizer is actually a component that I might start needing for ammo. I should probably get that on my list of things to highlight. Let's have a look. Junk. I need component view. Fertilizer. Let's start picking that up. Assuming this actually works, of course. This seems to be a lot of trouble to get some ammunition, especially for ammunition I really don't have trouble getting. If it was 7.62, I might think it was worth it. Yes, I'm going to get a mod to do that eventually. Shh. Just not now. Okay, right. So, oh god, a lot of stairs to go down just to get to my machine. I place lead and fertilizer straight into the hopper, or if I... Or do I... Can I do the bag of fertilizer? So I've got lead. If I place all that in, and I place the fertilizer in... Ooh. So it sends one each second. It's sending the lead. And now it's sending fertilizer. Okay. Oh, and it breaks it down. There's some acid. Yes. Oh, this is a total waste of money, really, because it's only 10mm ammo, and yet, for some reason, this is entertaining as hell.